Hey, hey, hey. Time for another out of this world story from our space. First time posting. I'm in the process of considering divorcing my spouse. We are both 48 and have been married 22 years, and we have 3 children. I'm the only one in the home that makes money, as my spouse has been a stay-at-home mom for the last 2 years. 11 weeks ago, I discovered that over the last 2 years, she has had multiple emotional affairs with people who thought she was a 17-year-old girl. Our daughter initially discovered the affairs, and my wife made her keep it a secret for 6 months until she broke down and told the neighbors. I'm at a loss as to what to do. I have retained an attorney and started the paperwork, but my wife is distraught about it because of the kids, and she has nowhere to go. I basically have 2 paths to go down. I can reconcile with her, but given 6 affairs over 2 years, and she says she feels in love with 3 of them, who were 30 years younger than her, this is a very hard pill to swallow. My second option is divorce, which comes with a whole host of challenges. My wife has no job or income, and where we live, she is automatically barred from alimony because of the affairs. She has no education, she can't get a job to support herself. I hesitate to push for anything other than full custody of her children, given what she has done and the ages of these individuals. I don't think it would be helpful to allow the kids to stay with her. My lawyer says full custody given the situation should not be a problem, but I have my concerns on how my spouse will take it. She is in therapy, and they believe they know what is going on, but she only attends half the time and doesn't do the work that she is supposed to get better, which makes reconciliation even harder to consider. All the family is pushing to fix things and stay together and work it out, but not gonna lie, the pain she caused is deep. Update. So I told the soon-to-be ex that I was going to end it, and I was amazed how she tried to turn our 3 kids on me and how I was breaking up the family. F you, the family was broken when you decided to cheat on me with your boy toys that are 30 years younger than you. She doesn't get the pain her effed up actions caused. And yes, I am effing better and full of resentment because the bottom line is, these kids thought she was a 17-year-old girl as they jerk off together, so she basically threw a 22-year marriage away and her 3 kids for a freaking lie. For a fantasy relationship that when the kids found out who she really was from the police, were absolutely disgusted with her. Nothing ever would have come out of these relationships, and you tell me you fall in love with 3 of them, and the deep connection you had with them allowed you to do the things you did? Mother ever, please, you lied the entire time, and you have some effed up wiring in your mind that makes you think any of this crap is okay. Now I said you're trying to pick up the pieces with everything taken away from me and our kids. I said you're trying to figure out how an effing 14-year-old could steal my wife from me, or how an 18-year-old could convince my wife to do crap she wouldn't do with me as her effing husband, and how the F can she be jealous of these effing teenagers? I have to question what is wrong with me and why I can't just man up and move forward and forget this crap because, well, quite frankly, it's an effed up situation. Update. For 12 weeks, I've tried to salvage a broken marriage due to a spouse who thought it was okay to connect with an individual 30 to 33 years younger than herself and have online sex. Says she wants to work it out, and I'm the most important person in her life. She says she can't live without me, however, doesn't put the work in to do the things I need her to do to fix this crap. F being the dumbass who stands by her side while she tries to figure out why she did what she did. F standing by her side while she sits there and doesn't put in any effort into understanding the pain she caused. What the F goes to the mind of cheaters. Exit stage right, soon-to-be ex-wife. Update. I've come to the conclusion lately that cheaters really effing suck. As I read the stories in this sub, I wonder how it is that people could be so effing self-centered. Over the past few months, I have heard from my cheating spouse how it was just emotional and I wasn't meeting her needs, and a therapist giving me all kinds of advice how I could help her get better because, well, she is broken and needs healing. F that is what I say. Kiss my butt as I walk away from your cheating behind. You don't get to blame me, and for all cheaters, you don't get to blame your spouse. You made a series of decisions which at any time you could have stopped, but you choose to continue and hurt the very people who made themselves vulnerable or sorry asses. You took advantage of that, and you just plain suck. So with that, for every betrayed person, and on this sub, I say F you to your betrayer. Update. As I progress to this mind screw that my spouse has given by deciding that, as a 48-year-old woman, it was more important to have an online relationship with a 14-year-old. Yes, police already know in case you were wondering. It was amazing this morning when she looked at me and questioned why I was so angry. If I wasn't so angry, she could talk to me and perhaps work things out. Because I was angry, she can't talk. Well, F you. You don't get to tell me not to be angry. You choose to abuse a child over our marriage, so yeah, I'm pretty effing pissed off. You choose a child over our children, so yeah, I get to be angry. You choose to lose your freedom, and the kid didn't know who you were. You thought you were a 17-year-old girl. You were effing mental, and you need effing help. But you don't get to complain about me being angry because you brought that crap into our home. Update. Moving forward. In 1 month, I will be taking my kids, moving to a new state and a new job. I am hoping that this new transition will help with the healing. For months now, I have been dealing with soon-to-be ex stupidity, and I will be honest, it still hurts that she chose to have an emotional affair with a 14-year-old who didn't even know her real age of 48. She will get to remain behind and deal with her legal issues on her own. I still struggle at times with how my soon-to-be ex could choose minors over me and what they had that I didn't. I'm struggling with how to tell my two youngest when we move that mom will not be there because she's a predator who pretended to be a 17-year-old girl to lure young boys in for online sex. I struggle with the anger I have towards her because of this sick crap. I struggle with the BS explanations from her therapist about just trying to make a perfect love story in her fantasy world and that it wasn't real, yet my humiliation and pain are sure effing feel real. The loss of my manhood sure feels real when your 48-year-old wife chooses a 14-year-old over you every night. She has started to beg to fix crap because she knows that I haven't had enough of this BS and quite frankly, struggle with how I could remain with an abuser. Update. Soon to say goodbye. For 4 months now, I have dealt with my soon-to-be ex-wife and her online cheating with a 14-year-old at the age of 48. I will soon be leaving the state for a new job later this month. I will be taking my kids as I don't believe the soon-to-be ex-wife is fit given her past cheating with teenagers. I think she is starting to realize that she will soon be left with nothing for a family as she chose to throw it all away for lies with these kids. She has spent the last week crying and begging me to stay while she gets help, but quite frankly, I don't really give a crap as she has put me through some serious effed up crap. Does it make me a bad person that I don't really care about the crying anymore because I'm still so angry she chose effing teenagers over me and our kids? She lied to these kids about her age and who she was. I can't get past this and want to live the rest of my life without her given what she has done. I've always been the forgiving type, but this crap is just effed up. Therapy seems to be helping me, some, but still lots of sleepless nights and significant weight loss. I still wonder what these kids had over me and if I will ever get my manhood back. I still wonder how I will do as a single dad, raising multiple young kids. I still struggle with how she could throw away everything she has given for a stupid freaking lie, and not only me and our kids, but to those who she was abusing. Update. It has been 6 months since I found out my wife was having multiple online affairs with minors. In that time, I've taken her 3 kids and moved to a new state to start a new life and a job. Although I am in therapy, I struggle to understand any of it. I don't get how my wife of 22 years and the mother of our 3 children could find comfort in a 14-year-old. She threw away everything for the lies she told these kids. I am pissed off every day by the fact that when the police showed up, they did not directly take her to jail. That I want her to go to jail? No. But there has to be consequences to the actions that people take. I struggle to wrap my head around how someone could get online and pretend to be someone else for 2 years while abusing these kids. I struggle with how I missed the signs of cheating. I struggle with my own anger towards her actions and how I could have married such a person. I have fallen into self-harm just to manage the internal conflict that I have and hope that my kids never see the scars I've put in my body. I wish that I could form such a hatred towards this woman because of what she did to me and my 3 kids, but no matter how hard I try, I just can't seem to do it. She once told me that it was just words and to her age was just a number and that she just got carried away, but I don't buy that line of BS. Those words effing hurt. Update. Healing. It has been almost 11 months since D-Day, and while it has been getting easier with life without her, I still have days of anger and depression. I feel sorry for her and I don't know why. I don't allow her to take up much space in my mind like I used to. My children are still trying to adapt with life without mom and they are often confused with why she did what she did. I'm often the bad guy because I will not allow them to have any contact with her, and my young boys don't understand why. I often just want to tell them because your mom wanted relationships with 14-year-olds versus your family. She wanted relationships with kids 30 years younger, but I can't ever seem to find myself able to tell them that. And so there are days when they are angry with me and it hurts. Even though she is gone and until my kids are 18 and make the decision to visit her, she will never be in their life. I'm trying to work towards forgiveness, but this is one of them items that is almost unforgivable. I can see a future with her in their lives while they are young and don't understand the gravity of the situation. I've learned the men and women are treated different when it comes to this, and that makes me angry as well. A man would have gotten years in prison. She got 5 years probation and gets to be on a registry the rest of her life, all for a pack of lies. For me, it wasn't so much the infidelity but the ages of these kids and how she lied to them and pretended to be someone she wasn't. These poor kids will now be impacted for the rest of their lives. A family destroyed, kids hurt. How could someone be so cold-hearted? Our first reaction from Tough Love 2022. First off, congrats to almost reaching your D-Day anniversary. The days between thinking of her will quickly increase in number. As for your children, are you sending them for therapy? An experienced professional will help them tremendously. Good luck. The OP simply replies, yes, the kids are in therapy. Moving on. Cheating wife. I recently found passionate chat on my wife's phone with an unknown number. On confronting her about it, she apologized and said that he is a friend from college, and she wasn't really serious with what she had written, and it was just a momentary thing. She cried and apologized for her behavior and said she's ashamed of her behavior and assured it won't happen again. A week has passed, and I find she's still keeping in touch with that number and has made calls and talked for several hours. I'm kind of devastated, and I'm trying to recover from this shock. I have his phone number, but I haven't really called and confronted the guy yet. I'm trying to get details through internet, but I can't find any. I don't know how to proceed further as I am totally devastated, and I am scared of losing the people I love. I'm unable to think straight, and hence I am seeking advice on how I should proceed further with the situation. Our first bit of advice comes from Logical Proposal 827. First things first. If you call the other man, you will look weak. Your wife is leading him on, and she is betraying you. She has not only betrayed you, but has lied to you, repeatedly disrespecting you, and continues to disrespect you. You need to consult a lawyer to get your options. Just because you file doesn't mean you have to divorce. She needs a real slap in the face to shock her out of that affair fog. She is already cheating on you. An emotional affair is a betrayal, and it seems it won't be long before she tries to find an excuse for a girls' weekend or the other old faithful, I have to go see my family. Cheaters aren't exactly rocket scientists, but she will try to sneak off to get some stray D. If you cry, try to convince her to stay, do the pick-me dance. Whatever little respect she has for you will die. You should think hard about if you really want to stay in that. She really has shown you who she really is, and when someone does that, believe them. Next bit of advice from Specialist 2-138. Consulting a lawyer is not an option. I think, according to what he wrote here, he is considering ways to save the marriage. I wouldn't try. It's pointless to contact the affair partner after your wife asks for it. You can find someone else instead. Don't talk to your wife for a while. 180. Check your reactions, gather the evidence, and decide what to do. Next bit of advice from Chauces. You should start looking for a lawyer in order to stop losing things in your life. She is not your wife anymore, if she was yours once. Moving on to the next story. Boyfriend of 10 years cheated on me in Vegas. My boyfriend and I are both 25 and have been together since high school. We have ups and downs like every relationship, but we have always been each other's best friends. We started living together after college, and it was great. A few months back, he went to Vegas for a weekend trip with his friends. I didn't think much of it at the time. Our relationship had been stable, and I wasn't worried about cheating. The other day, I had a weak moment and went snooping on his phone. I found out he paid $3,000 to have sex with a stripper in Vegas. He even joked about how awesome it was over text with his friends. It was completely surreal for me to see. I never in a million years expected him to do something like this. I feel more blindsided and shocked than I can put into words. I haven't had the guts to confront him yet because I don't think I've even accepted it myself. We live together and he is away this weekend and has no idea I know. Needless to say, I'm incredibly heartbroken and confused. How on earth do I move forward? This caught me off guard. I don't even know how to begin to process it. I'm scared to talk to friends or anyone about it because saying it out loud makes it real. I want to crawl in a hole and pretend I never saw it because I know acknowledging this means we're over. Could really use some support and encouragement on how to come to terms with this and move forward. First bit of advice from You Ever Think Why? Say it out loud, tell a friend. It's real even if you don't want to admit it. It's real he chose to cheat on you. It's real he put your health at risk. Get yourself STI, STD tested. It's real. He thinks so little of you and your relationship he chose to cheat on you. It's real you are involved with someone who cares so little of you he put your health at risk. It's real he will continue to cheat on you. What he actually is doing this weekend and with who. It's real he bragged to his friends and not told you the truth. You deserve better than what he has to offer you. A life with someone who cheats, puts your health at risk, and doesn't love you. He isn't worthy of your love. Go find someone who is. Take this time while he is away if you can afford the place yourself. Pack up his crap for him when he walks in the door, or bring it to his parents' house. Don't stay with someone who will just continue to cause you pain. He will cheat again. He can't be trusted. Run and don't look back. Block him everywhere. You deserve better than him. Don't stay with someone who went out of his way, paid someone $3,000 to screw him. He has shown you he has no respect or love for you. Believe him. Believe what he has shown you, not his empty words. Next, chime in from I'm wasting time. Get your exit plan in place. Find a place to live. Get everything in order, and it's time to break up. Sorry. DOP replies, I know you are right. Unfortunately, it's a logistical nightmare. We have 7 months left in our lease. We live in New York City, but my family and his family live pretty far, so we can't really move home. Our next thought comes from Mike 00504. Just let him know you know. Because, I'm sorry, he doesn't regret it. He will seem like he's sorry, but only because he found out. It's better to live a hard life than one full of deceit and lies. The OP replies, nervous because I know he will deny it to his grave. The evidence I have gives him just enough wiggle room to make up an excuse explanation, but I know it's true. Kindly Series 8 says, don't tell him how you know. Be specific enough that you know about the $3,000. If he can afford $2,000 in a hooker, he can afford to be his sole rent payer in your apartment after you move out. Also, I would question his intelligence at spending so much in Vegas on sex, but that is beside the point. Curious, what prompted you to look to his phone in the first place? The OP replies, yeah, he makes a lot of money, so I guess he felt $3,000 is an acceptable amount. He's always been very flippant and wasteful with money, so it doesn't surprise me that he got ripped off by a prostitute. His stupid-ass friends spend similar amounts for their private lap dances, blowjobs. As for why I was snooping, I saw a TikTok the other week about bachelor parties in Vegas and how every guy just cheats on their significant other. I guess that sort of planted the idea in my head. I was curious and seized the opportunity. I did a keyword search in his text and it popped up right away. I'm obviously aware that this was not a healthy way to address my concerns and I violated his privacy. But damn, I never would have found out otherwise. Next thought from Daisy Faye Love. It's over. You can't stay with a man who sleeps with strippers. Also, $3,000 is a lot of money. It's fallen out even the first time, and you can bet he plans to do it again on his next weekend away. Doc Halloween closes this out. Yeah, I was going to say that his maiden voyage into seeing a sex worker isn't likely this $3,000 Vegas trip. He's also talked to his friends about it, so you can see this topic is not taboo and is accepted within his social circle. I suspect that he's probably been up to this stuff for a while, and he's always been and always will be two-faced. It's easier lying than being upfront about having sex with other people while trying to maintain a relationship with you. You've just seen behind the veil into what he really is.